Hello, I'm Ren, X-Men Carded X, or Connor, and welcome back to Paintober. This is day 9. We have the Storm Pride sisters again. They are getting more of their siblings getting painted with their greens, which is very good for it. I was supposed to do highlights today, but I did not do that, actually. So that is one more thing for me to add to the list of varieties on these miniatures that I have to fix. But for now, we're just doing more of these. I believe it is the last 2 Valkyries. Maybe I got the other one while I painted this last time. And I do get some of the tabards as well as most of the other clods painted this time as well. So those will be, I believe, towards the end. A lot of these are going to be skips because we already saw a lot of these miniatures being painted this last episode, so it's just green. Just so many green. Different variety of poses for the green. But they do look good. I do like how they wind up towards the end of their actual paint cycle. Once all the flats and base coats and everything are actually painted on, there's definitely a lot of nice coloring onto it. And it's weird, I've seen a lot of these Storm Pride sisters, whenever people paint them, they do the same kind of Fenrisian gray that the Space Wolves are painted. I don't know. I like having them be very different from what they normally are painted as. Here's the Screamer Pink being added to the tabard. Any of the other extra little cloth cape pieces and stuff like that. So they do actually wind up not that bad looking. I do love Screamer Pink as a cloth color. It just feels very regal, very royal whenever it's painted, which is pretty freaking neat. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It definitely brings out a lot of what the model is. I think if I had used a red, it would have looked but okay, but it's not that big of a deal really. I think this kind of pink makes it a little bit more regal. It's still red, obviously, but it's just that nice kind of lighter coat to it. And whenever I add the basing stuff to it, it definitely picks it out quite a lot because it has all the snow and rocks and foliage around that. It really picks the green and the pink and all the other little pieces and bobs out, which is very, very cool. Now, I do have issues with this Screamer Pink, and at some point I probably need to pick up more because the one that I'm using there is actually quite old, but that'll be a future thing for me to figure out and fix. Because recently I had painted one of my own proxies that the friend who has these got me, and he looked pretty rad, but I was going to use Screamer Pink. Instead I had to use Corn Red because the Screamer Pink was kind of solidified. I'm using my angled brush here. I forgot I kept this in because it looks weird. It is a very weird brush to use, but I'm able to get all up in there with it, which is pretty neat. While I was painting these, I had actually, I believe, streamed it to a friend of mine we have a running in-joke, which is the bugs in the back there are from the Deep Rock Galactic board game, and while I had been streaming one of those and showing them, I was referred to as the Bug Taint Painter. And for the sororitas, I was the Sororita Taint Painter, which is just extraordinarily funny to me. But yeah, those are the sisters that I wound up painting and some of their cloths and stuff. But thank you for watching, listening, going about your daily life. I've been Ren, X, my carded X, or Connor, and I'll see you in tomorrow's Paintober, or I think it's a remnant tomorrow, I believe. But yeah, take care.